How I got $4,000 off my car by borrowing money I never intended to keep. Meet Jake. Jake has saved up $35,000. He's done his research. He knows what car he wants. He walks into the dealership ready to pay cash and drive away. And here's what Jake thinks is about to happen. He's about to find out the dealership has a very different plan. The finance manager sits Jake down and says, "Good news. If you finance through us today, we can take another $2,000 off the price." Jake frowns. He doesn't want a loan. He has the cash. He just wants the car. And here's where most people make one of two mistakes. Mistake 1. They take the loan, get distracted by the monthly payment number, and end up paying thousands more over 5 years. Mistake 2. They say no to the financing. "I pay cash," and leave $2,000 on the table that was always theirs to take. But there is a third option, and it's the one nobody tells you about in the dealership. What if Jake said yes to the financing, got the $2,000 discount locked into the OTD price, and then paid the entire loan off the moment his account number was generated? That's not a trick. That's not illegal. That's not even shady. It's understanding exactly how the dealership makes their money gussue and using that knowledge to your advantage. And by the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to do it. How the dealer actually makes their money. Here's the thing about car dealerships that most people don't know. The car itself? Often the least profitable part of the sale. The real money. The money that keeps the lights on, that pays the finance manager's commission, that determines whether the dealership has a good month, comes from what happens after you agree on the car price. It comes from the finance and insurance office, the F&I, and the biggest earner in that room is the loan. Here's how it works, and I'm going to give you the industry's actual terminology, because once you know these words, the whole game becomes transparent. When a dealer arranges your financing, they don't just connect you to a bank. They contact multiple lenders who each give them a buy rate, USHU, the actual interest rate the bank will accept for your loan, based on your credit score. The dealer then presents you with the sell rate, which is higher, usually by 1 to 3 percentage points. You never see the buy rate. You only ever see the sell rate. On a $30,000 loan, that 2% markup generates roughly $1,291 in extra profit for the dealership. Money extracted purely from the interest rate inflation, completely invisible to the buyer. And according to a 2023 analysis by MIT, around 78% of dealer-arranged loans carry marked-up interest rates, GUSO, with an average markup of 1.13 percentage points. This is known as dealer reserve, and it's completely legal. Dealers are not legally required to tell you the buy rate. They don't have to reveal how much they're marking up your loan. So here's the natural question. If financing is what makes the dealer excited, what happens when you agree to it and then pay it off before they collect a meaningful amount of interest? The loan as a discount vehicle. Here's the part most buyers never figure out. Dealers often have two prices for a car. Not officially, not in writing, but effectively. The cash price, which is what they'll grudgingly give you if you pay outright, and the finance price, which is often lower because the dealer expects to make back the discount and then some through the loan. They can afford to drop the sticker price when you finance because they're planning to earn it back through your interest over 3, 4, 5 years of payments. Now, what if you accepted that deal locked in the lower OTD price and then immediately killed the loan? This strategy has a name in the car buying community. Some people call it take the finance deal, nuke the loan. And it works because of two things. Fact 1. The discount the dealer gives you for financing is locked in at the point of sale. Once the paperwork is signed and the OTD price is agreed, that discount is yours. It's in the contract. Fact 2. Most modern auto loans, especially through major lenders, do not have prepayment penalties. Interest on simple interest auto loans accrues daily based on your outstanding balance. Pay it off early? You pay almost zero interest. If you locked in a $2,000 discount and paid off the loan within 30 days, you'd pay roughly $172 in accrued interest on a $30,000 loan, and you'd walk away with a net saving of around $1,828. For a 30-day loan you never intended to keep, that's a very efficient discount mechanism. The dealer's trap and how to sidestep it. Now here's where it gets tricky, because the finance manager has seen this move before. When you're in the F&I office, you'll often hear something like this. Of course you can pay it off early, no problem at all. But we'd really appreciate if you could keep the loan active for at least 90 days before paying it off. Just makes things easier on our end. Let me decode that sentence for you. The reason the dealer wants you to wait 90 days is not about you. It's about their chargeback risk. When the dealer arranges your loan, the lender pays them the dealer reserve upfront or shortly after. But here's the catch. If you pay off the loan too early, many lenders claw that kickback back from the dealer. So when the finance manager says, keep the loan for 90 days, they're asking you to protect their commission, not yours. And this is the critical legal point. A verbal request to wait 90 days is not legally binding. It is not in your loan contract. The only thing that is legally binding is what is written in the contract you sign. If neither of those clauses appear in your contract and in most standard auto loans through major lenders, they won't. You are free to pay off the loan at any time. Be polite. Don't announce your strategy. Just make sure your contract has no prepayment penalty. Then go home and execute the nuclear payoff, step by step. All right, here's exactly how to execute this from start to finish. Step 1. Know your OTD number before you set foot in the finance office. Even the out. The door price is every dollar you'll pay to drive that car off the lot. Car price, on-road costs, fees, taxes, everything. Negotiate this number before any financing conversation. Get competing quotes from multiple dealers via email. Let them compete. Never let the conversation shift to monthly payments. Monthly payments are how dealers hide the actual cost of the car. Step 2. In the F&I office, signal that you're open to financing. Don't announce you're going to pay it off early. Just ask what discount they'll offer for taking their financing. Let them present the deal. Evaluate whether the discount is worth the brief loan period. Generally, any discount of $500 or more on a loan you plan to hold for 30 to 90 days is worth strongly considering. Step 3. Read the contract. Specifically look for prepayment penalties. This is non-negotiable. If the lender's contract has a prepayment penalty and the dealer won't remove it, the deal doesn't work in your favor. Find a different lender or walk away. Never take the dealer's word on this verbally. It has to be in writing, or more accurately, not in writing. Step 4. Wait for the loan account to be generated, then request your payoff. Quote, once you drive off the lot, your loan account may take several days to a few weeks to appear in the lender's system. As soon as it does, you call or log into the lender's app and request your payoff. Quote, this is the exact figure to clear the loan completely, including any accrued interest to that point. Step 5. Execute the nuclear payoff. Wire the exact payoff amount to the lender. In most cases, this can be done via bank transfer directly to the lender. No dealer involvement required. The loan closes. The title becomes fully yours. The interest cost? A few weeks of daily accrual on your principal. On a $30,000 loan at 7%, that's roughly $40 to $60 per week. OTD discount received, minus $1,500 to minus $4,000, depending on negotiation. Interest paid for approximately 30 days, plus $60 to $170. Net saving, $1,300 to $3,800 plus. That is money that previously belonged to the dealer's profit margin. It now belongs to you. You didn't do anything wrong. You just understood the game. The real-world numbers. Does this actually work? Let me make this concrete with real numbers. Meet Jordan. Jordan is buying a $38,000 SUV. She's done her homework. She has the cash sitting in her offset account earning 5.2%. She'd rather not drain it. But she can if she needs to. The dealer's cash OTD price, $37,200 after some email negotiation. Jordan enters the F&I office and asks about financing options. The finance manager offers her a rate of 7.9% over 60 months and drops the OTD price to $35,800 if she takes dealer financing. That's a $1,400 discount for agreeing to the loan. Jordan checks the contract. No prepayment penalty clause. She signs. 31 days later, the loan account is live in the lender's system. Jordan requests the payoff quote. Principal, $35,800. Accrued interest, 31 days at 7.9%. $241. Total payoff, $36,041. Cash deal she walked away from, $37,200. Finance deal plus 31 days of interest, $36,041. Total saving, $1,159. By taking a loan she never intended to keep. And here's the quiet part of this story. That $1,159 Jordan didn't spend? She kept it in her offset account, earning 5.2% for those 31 days. She made around $52 in interest on the money she didn't spend on the car. A loan she held for 31 days. A saving of over $1,100. And her bank account barely moved. The honest limits of this strategy. I'm not going to pretend this is a magic bullet. Here's what you need to know before trying it. It only works if the discount is real. Some dealers inflate the sticker price and then offer a discount for financing that barely recovers the markup. Always anchor the conversation with a competitive OTD price from multiple dealers first. If the finance discount doesn't drop the price below your best cash offer, don't bother. It requires you to have the cash ready. This strategy doesn't work if you actually need the loan to afford the car. This is a tactic for buyers who have the funds but are offered a price incentive to finance. If you genuinely need financing, that's fine. Just negotiate hard on the rate using pre-approved offers from your bank or credit union as leverage. The dealer will be quietly unhappy. You're not doing anything wrong, but you are reducing their back-end profit. If you plan on building a long-term relationship with that dealership for service, future purchases, warranty support factor, and whether a few $100s of savings is worth any friction. Most of the time it is, but it's worth knowing. And one more time, read the contract. Not skimming. Reading. Prepayment penalty clauses are the one thing that can turn this strategy from a win into a wash. If it's in the contract, it's binding. Most people walk into a dealership and play the game by the dealer's rules. They talk monthly payments. They skip the contract details. They walk out thinking they got a deal when the real deal was assembled in a back office before they arrived. Now you know the rules. And more importantly, you know whose rules they are. Drop a comment below and tell me, have you ever tried this? Did it work? Did the dealer try the wait 90 days line on you? If this video saved you money or is about to smash subscribe. This is exactly the kind of thing we break down every week. See you in the next one.